Welcome to OUA Hockey Zone. I'm your host, Ben Steiner, alongside David Siss, and our reporter, Matt Davison, is in the field. Hey there, folks, and welcome inside Herb Brooks Arena for the final event of the Lake Placid 2023 World University Games. It's the gold medal men's hockey game between Team Canada and Team USA in the House of American Hockey, here, the home of Miracle on Ice at the 1980 Olympics.
So Ben, let's get right into it. Your city is a host for FIFA 2026. How excited are you?
I'm ecstatic to see Vancouver and BC Place selected as the host city for the 2026 Men's World Cup. It hosted in 2015, did an exceptional job. Canada played Switzerland here. Canada played England as well in knockout games at the 2015 World Cup. And Vancouver has a long history in soccer on both the men's and women's side. So to welcome the Men's World Cup in 2026 and potentially the Olympic Games again in 2030 is pretty incredible.
On Paris.
Well, good morning. It's an absolute pleasure to be talking the Olympics after what was a record-breaking couple of weeks for Canada. History-breaking, record-breaking. They did exceptionally. The Canadian athletes were vulnerable in their biggest moments of disappointment. They were celebratory in their biggest moments of success. And that's exactly what you want to see from an Olympic Games. And these Canadian athletes delivered on the greatest stage to numbers that we haven't seen before. 27 medals, 9 gold, and many of those gold medals in events that you wouldn't have necessarily considered Canada a contender in years ago. You think hammer throw double, Cameron Rogers and Ethan Katzberg, both from British Columbia. They didn't grow up, anywhere near each other in terms of throwing hammer throws together. And it just happens to be that they medal at the top of the podium at the same Olympics. That's pretty darn cool.
I think if I'm the Whitecaps, you have to demand an exceptional fee for a player like Ali Ahmed because he's still on the MLS supplemental roster. He's still a very affordable amount of salary and a very useful player, very young player as well. So I think, the Whitecaps would have to be really, really hard pressed to give him up. It would have to be, the type of offer that they can't refuse because he could play a real key role in the next couple of years with this team, kind of in their contention window at this point.
Welcome into Whiteface Mountain here in northern New York, just about a 20-minute drive outside of downtown Lake Placid as we get set for the women's 10-kilometer individual pursuit here in the biathlon. But all eyes on Shyla Russo of the University of Ottawa. She has the U Ottawa GGs, led by head coach Patrick Grandmatier. He has confidence behind the bench, and they should easily be in the top 5 after bringing in QMJHL stars such as Peter Strasses to go alongside a returning core that came within a shot of winning the Queen's Cup back in 2019.
And a bicycle kick from Mann, couldn't quite pull it off. Pressure from UBC here as Kim on the near side, up against Leonard Benoit. Cross comes in, Mann on target, skips over the line! Joven Mann in the death! Takes his shirt off, and UBC is going to win the national championship. As Pommier sends that right on goal and down into the bottom corner. A brilliant set piece from Quentin Pommier. And a lot of bodies right in front, but a perfect driven shot into the far post, driven into that low corner for Quentin Pommier. And anytime you give him a set piece, he almost treats it like a penalty. He's going to shoot. Wells now in the slot, wrist shot, tipped on, scores! Vukovic down to Baltram and on a breakaway, backhand, scores! Florian Baltram wins it for Red Bull. Heinrich down to Bork. Will he take a shot? He will. That one on goal, and it's Troy Bork with the opening goal. The Canadian makes it 1-0 on. Down to York. One-timer. That one hit a body in front. A fantastic diving stop. Across and scores. You could see it coming. Julian Sprunger with the opening goal on the one-timer. On the power play to open the scoring for Freeburg Gutteron. The big body, Julian Sprunger, finds it back to the point. Motet with a point shot. Desharnais unable to get onto it and finished in front of goal. A second power play tally. Always a tough run coming late. But an experienced skier like Schiffer not having any problems with it. Holding on to that lead over half a second ahead of Dewar as she approaches the finish line. She can hear the roar of the crowd. Michaela Schifrin, a star on the World Cup, looking to win her first event of the season, and she does, into first place by over half a second. Michaela Schifrin, you can see the relief on her face after that one.
And Jared Schmidt, the 26-year-old who finished 10th at the Olympics in Beijing 2 years ago. Opportunities to make passes coming up. And a bit of a crash there, and coming out was Rohrek.
and disappointment for him. But this one is wide open. Duplessis Kurgelmard will take into top spot for now, but coming up second is Jared Schmidt. All three looking to be on the podium. There might be a review. Jared Schmidt currently second. Over the final jump, it will be Duplessis Kurgelmard, Jared Schmidt, and David Molenberg is your podium after shocking from Johannes Rohrek as he came out. But this might go under review as Yuri Duplessis Kurgelmard did cut off in a way Johannes Rohrek, who was second here back in 2020. Could today be the day for Daniela Meyer? In second spot for now is Brett Phelan. Phelan will try and make a move. Sandra Naslund is all the way back in fourth. Muriel Berger-Sabatel holding on to that third spot for now. Might we see a bit of a battle here for the final spot? Over the final roll, and it will be a first World Cup win for Daniela Meyer. Britt Phelan takes second, Muriel Berger-Sabatel third, and Sandra Naslund is off the podium.
8:41. Destiny Promise Philoxy leaves that one down. Open shot doesn't go. Quarter. Nice exchange there at the top. Promise Philoxy leaves that one down to Mitchell. One-on-one, she has a couple options. Mitchell will take this herself. Leaves for Philoxy for three. Sinks it. As REG Women's Basketball Club will have to settle for fourth place because Interclub able to secure the bronze medal here at the African Women's Basketball League in Alexandria, Egypt. The